Hi, I'm the Brick Pie, and today we're going to be taking out the trash. So grab a drink if you're liking, take a seat by the fire, and enjoy. This is Lego City, the recycling truck. Set ID 6386. We're at 261 pieces, 310 gram. Which means, let me look at my cheat sheet, we're at 13.4 cent per piece and 11.29 cent per gram, which is an astonishingly high number. And we'll have a look whether that is justified or not. Let's start with the box. For change, I do have a Lego box and not that Blue Bricks Special Brown. So we do have things that happen on the box. So let's have a look at it. The trash rack, and there is a backside. Maybe without reflections. And that's about it. That is just the figures. We have that typical tear it open box. I do not really like these, but in the end we are at Lego City, so the box design does not matter too much. Let's get rid of that. Let's have a look what is in the box. We have 1, 2, 3 written instructions. We also have a sticker sheet. I tend to rant about these, but this is Lego City and we're at a 5+ set too, so I don't really care too much about these. It's not a display set, so this is kind of where my rant tends to come from. Since this is clearly not a display set, not a play set, I don't really care too much about the sticker sheet. But we have a list price of €35 for this set. I forgot to mention that earlier when I mentioned the facts. But this is what you get for €35 in the Lego City universe. We do have 3 minifigures and a cute cat, which is very nice. Just a short disclaimer before I'm gonna get a lawyer hunting me. This grey plate is not included in the set, and it's also not a Lego plate. I think it's a Blue Bricks one. Just grabbed it out of the shelf so I could show you the figures. Just to disclaim that. But yeah, that's the minifigures. And then we've got this. We have this little shed, we've got the tree, and then we've got 3 trash compartments with trash bins inside. You have to take them out the side. You can't put them in from the top because of the handlebars. So yeah, you could potentially put them in like that, but that wouldn't really fulfill the true purpose of that. So the true purpose is to have them put in from the side and take them out like that. That can be a bit tricky because of these studs on the front that you've got there. These, the grey ones. Oh, I can see them there. So if you're really, or if you give that to a kid and they've got some issues with that, maybe replace the, what is I think 1x10, the 1x10 plate with a couple of tiles or something like that to make it easier for them. Apart from that, that is a little bit to play with. We've got green bin, the blue bin, and the grey bin. The grey one's for glass, the blue one's for paper, and the green one's for biodegradable waste. Apart from that, this is the chat it does not have a roof, which kind of is fine because you want to be able to have that thing placed in here and be able to throw the trash in from the top. So I guess that is about fine. The one thing that I don't really like about that is the doors in here are all left-sided. So you can't really reuse that to, let's say, build a car that actually has doors, because you're still stuck with 6 left-sided doors. Speaking about doors, let's have a quick switch over to this one. And speaking about doors, this one does not have any, which is a shame. So entering and leaving the car is only possible through the roof. And you already see what tends to happen. These tend to come off, which is not an issue for me, but if you have a 5-year-old play with that happening 5 times in a row, and you're up for trouble. But that is just minor details. Apart from that, the color, I think, is fine. Really depends on the country, county, city, whatever, whether that is an appropriate color for a trash truck. I don't even want to start judging that by the slightest bit, because I think it's really a regional factor whether you identify that with a trash truck or not. So it's fine for me. About features, since this is a playset, you can put these in here. You've got that wheel that you can turn and empty the bin. So far so good. The only thing is you neatly separated the trash, and then you're gonna dump everything in the same compartment in the trash tractor or trash truck. You could say, yeah, well, it obviously has to drive multiple routes and things get like filtered in the recycling plant or wherever it's going to bring that. But sadly, Lego doesn't have one of these. So it would be really nice to get something to bring that to, because that's about it. In the end, for a 5, 6, 7-year-old kid, it doesn't really matter. And to playfully learn that trash has to be separated for it to be able to recycle it, I like the idea behind that, and that's the kind of thing that matters. That's this. We've got, just a short step back to the instruction. As I said, we've got 3 instructions. The first one builds the shed. The second one builds the base of the truck. And the third one, as you can see, builds the trash truck part. Just for you to see it again. And this. It is a 5+ set, so the instruction looks like, oh, let me show that, like that. If there are pieces included in a stack multiple times, that means it is shown the amount of times it is used. If that is really necessary for 5-year-olds, not really sure. The 4-year-old thing still has the hands shown, or 4+ sets still have the hands shown. I did build that one with a 4-year-old together. It took us a little bit more than an hour. Maybe 1.5, but I believe it was closer to an hour. Just me gathering the pieces and the 4-year-old just building everything according to the instruction and it was perfectly fine. So I'm not really sure the hand pictures in the 4+ sets are necessary. I'm okay with these, but I think they'd also get the idea of like the 2 times icon being shown, or 3 times, or in that case 6 times, whatever. Doesn't matter. But that again is just personal taste. I think that's about the design. Let's have a look at it again. Feature-wise, I forgot to mention, you obviously can open up that latch. I do like that it also sticks open, so the clamping force on the brick modified is really nice. I do like that this stays open, so I mean, unless you open it just halfway, but if you open it up all the way, it does stay open, which is nice. And you can then flip the entire thing to empty it out, and you've got your tiles back. Talking about the tiles, it does have 2 prints. Let me actually put it on here so you can see it better. We've got one checklist and a ticket. Don't forget the cat. So that's the paper waste. We've got like these, and the glass are just the 1x1 ramps. That's about it. When talking about the design, as I said, like I would have preferred for it to have either separate compartments, and maybe you'd be able to load it from the top as well, or like switch out the compartments, something like that. For €35, I would have expected something like that, to be honest. This, I'd say, is more like a €20 set at best, because you can't tell me this is $35. All right, brick quality. It is the very first time I am literally disappointed in brick quality by Lego. It's by now, like it, or at least it should be common knowledge that Lego is not the market leader when it comes to quality in bricks anymore. But it's the first time I've been literally disappointed, because let's see if I can remove these easily for you to notice. I think it's the best on here. The white edges on these, see if we can manage to get the reflection in a way that you can see it. Do you see these edges and these cuts? Looks a bit like in like a razor tooth knife or something like that. And that is in many bricks and tiles and plates in that set. Like many of these look like something heavy and hard was dropped on the edges of these. I wouldn't say anything if it's like, out of these, what is it, 260 pieces? It'd be in like 5, but I've seen at least 20. And I didn't even look at that, because typically for me, at best, I'd look at stuff like that for the video. But I realized that while building, and I did not build it in like studio lights like it is here. And I've noticed that immediately this time, which was a bit of a shock, because that is literally a new low that I'm not used to by Lego. And that's poor. And another thing that you could clearly see in the light, in the reflection, we've got like 50 shades of white in here. Like this one is clearly a different shade of white than the other ones. Which is also something that is a bit sad when thinking about the amount of white pieces in here is limited. And that even on a small piece like that, you notice the difference. That is not good quality. So yeah, when criticizing that set, it's like part quality and the price. That's it. I do like the idea of all of that. Oh, right. One small point of critique that I've still got. The entire thing here is built on one of these new plates that have these edges in there that are meant for you to connect them to the new amazing Lego City street system. And I kind of just want to honestly jump on that bandwagon of renting about these new Lego City road system things, whatever it is, because they are just literal garbage. So kind of fitting that we do have at least a garbage truck now, so we can take out that trash at the very least. But yeah, I think that is it. So yeah, in conclusion, the road system plate that is really unnecessary, especially for that thing, which is rather standalone. Part quality that is the lowest I've ever seen it. And yeah, would have preferred it to have like a top loader opportunity or anything else for that price. So the other point of critique there is clearly the price tag on that thing, because what did I say? 13.4 cents per piece. With the amount of small pieces in here, that's really not good anymore. That is beyond terrible. I honestly say, because there is nothing special in here. I think the most special pieces are probably like these Technic pieces. And you're gonna get these on Bricklink for way less than 13 cents. Maybe that front window, but that's about it. Like, these are less than a cent. So are these. These. And all the other things. I could tear off all the 1x1 pieces included in that now. So 13.4 cents per piece is by no means justified, and especially not, what is it, 11.29 cents per gram, which is not okay. So that's a hard pass. And the spare pieces are also like not noticeably astonishing. So it's just the typical 1x1 spare pieces, which is fine. Not gonna judge that. But yeah, that's it. So I think with that, I've said everything that I wanted to say about the set, which leaves me to just say bye.